What's up guys, today I'm going to be starting What If Goku Landed in Attack on Titan Part 10. So yeah, let's start, shall we? So Goku talks to the Supreme Kai, and the Supreme Kai claims to be even stronger than Frieza, but still can't beat the enemy. So Goku responds, then how could I do anything? The Kai then says, come with us to our world, then you can train there. He says, let me go. He quickly says, let me go with you. Goku responds, make us are you sure? Because if you go, then it's gonna be really some really intense training, and yeah, I don't really want you getting hurt right now. Like, so, he says, then just train me. Then just teach me how to use ki. I'm not letting you get yourself killed. Not now. So so Goku says fine, and then he'll ask. So he asks the Kais if Mikasa can go, and they said you can bring as many people as you want. So he says says that she can go, and then she says, then how about we bring Aaron and Armin as well. So Goku says yeah, sure. So he asks them, and they both say yeah as well. After realizing what the problem is. So then they all go into. And so then they all go up to the land of the Kais, and then they start training. And then before they start training, Supreme Kai says there's two people that want to see you, Goku. So Goku is surprised and says, "Hey," he says, "let's just say both of them are Saiyans, just like you." And as soon as Goku asks what their names are, he gets attacked by one of them, supposedly. So the battle starts, and Goku seems to be losing, so he goes Super Saiyan, and still doesn't really stand. Still really doesn't stand a chance. So, but it's pretty even. So then, for the 1 second, guys. Be back in a second. So it seems pretty even until the other Saiyan turns Super. Other Saiyan somehow turns Super Saiyan. Goku's shocked, but then Goku really just gets this. Goku then just gets beat up. So then Goku just like then Goku goes Super Saiyan 2, and still is losing against him. So then Goku uses his Ikari form, or Ralph form, whatever you want to call it, and then punches the other Saiyan into a wall. He then says, "Not bad, Kakarot. I've always wanted to see how strong you gotten. I mean, I couldn't expect less from my own son." The fighter then takes down his hood, and then pulls down his hood. Pulls down the hood he was wearing, and reveals that a very familiar face. Goku flies down and then immediately hugs his father, and asks, "Then who's the other Saiyan? No, who's the other Saiyan? Where are they?" Bardock says, "She's over there standing with your friends." Goku leaves over to see another Saiyan who looks just like him. While Goku and Bardock were fighting, Kine went over to talk to his friends, and says she and Bardock are Goku's parents, and Goku flies over to her and says hi. Then she says hi back. She also then realizes that Goku doesn't have a tail. Goku explains that he had to get his tail cut off so he could survive. And then Bardock says no problem, and then pushes Goku's chest and back, and makes his tail somehow come back. Um Um, yeah. So Goku thanks his father and mother and hugs them both. Then yeah, time passes and yeah, Goku wants to learn more techniques. And then Spring Guy says no, says that there's a planet called Kyo, and with a man called Kyo. So Goku trains with him for a few years and learns two moves called the Kaioken and the Spirit Bomb. So Goku is trained with his Z sword, and then breaks it by trying to cut into Kushin, which is one of the hardest metals out there in the universe. So then an old cat pops out of the sword and says and thanks Goku for letting him free. Goku has no clue what's going on right now. So then the old guy thanks him no, and says that in return he'll unlock his potential. So Goku gets his potential unlocked but doesn't know how to fully get into the new transformation. So Goku tries to power up. Well, he goes into Super Saiyan and then tries to power up. So Goku powers up and somehow his hair gets longer and he loses his eyebrows. He's and it no Goku is confused about it and says, "Is this his full potential unlocked?" Old Kai says, "No, it's not. It's not. We'll just call it Super Saiyan 3." So Goku is still really confused. Tries to power up more. Then his hair starts to get shorter. His eyebrows come back and his eyes instead of blue turn green. I mean turn and back into black. And his his eyebrows come back as well and they're black as well. Goku's hair is still standing up though and is starting to turn into black as well. Goku screams and keeps on powering up. Well, while screaming. The whole place just starts to shake, and then Goku lets out one final scream. No, and a white aura surrounds him. Goku's potential is finally unlocked. It looks like he's in his base form, but it seems that he's far stronger than the Super Saiyan 3 that he just became. Goku is so surprised in it, and wonders if there's more beyond this. So Goku says that he thinks he's ready, and then what and then they and then all three of them go back down to Earth. Oh, and also so I'm gonna say the power levels here. So Goku's power level will be around 10 billion or something or whatever. Was he was in the Buu saga or something like that. And then the humans would be around I don't know probably just under around between 10 and 9 billion or whatever thing. Their power levels well. I'm gonna work on it after this video. So yeah, continuing on with that. So they land on Earth and then they find this pink monster that absorbing the two titans, Zeki and Reiner. So and then Aaron goes in to fight first. Aaron Aaron seems to be putting up a good fight, but Goku no, but then Buu absorbs him as well. So yeah, Goku enraged makes a power ball which he learned how to make while he was with the Saiyans, and yeah, and he becomes Super Saiyan on top of that. Well, no, and he puts it on top of his Mystic Super Saiyan on top of his Mystic transformation. Sorry, about that. So yeah, so Goku enraged goes into fight Buu. And it's basically basically like the Aaron versus Rhino fight in the original, well, in the canon. So yeah, but then so Goku is basically just like whipping Boo, but like then Boo, he rips off one of Boo's arms, not knowing that he can just easily regen, like part of it would just like can just thing. So then Goku gets absorbed, but before he gets absorbed, he puts a barrier around him. So Goku wakes up and is in no and is inside Boo, and then he looks for clothes, but can only find like part of like treasures from like a cadet and like a shirt, no, on a shirt. So he puts it on and then like he goes like round to like try and find Aaron. So when he is he's been like it's basically like the same like the original canon, but instead of uh it was like instead of like Gohan, Piccolo and all like that, it's like Aaron and the Titans, other Titans. So then and then like Goku finds Aaron and wakes him up, and well, while taking him out of the pod, and then tells him that they need to get out of here. Aaron sees the other Titans and then wants to kill them, but Goku says there's no time for that, and that we need to get out of here. So they fly out of one of the holes in Boo's head, and then they become Titan and Uzar as well, like afterwards. So yeah, Boo has a hard time against them both, and then they want to finish it off and then they put on two earrings that they were given, no by Aaron, no by the two, no by Okay. And then they both combine bodies. For the sake of the story, they'll call the fusion Gorin or something like that, and for the and so I have no idea. I don't know what they call like the giant transformation. So we'll just call it we'll just call it the ape titan. I know it's like the beast titan. Well, that's like I think the Japanese version of the beast titan. But I mean, like, yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. So yeah, we'll continue on. But so yeah, because like Gorin absolutely destroys Buu, but defuses because of its raw power. So Bui's still alive. Bui's still alive. So Aaron has to try and fight him until Goku charges until Goku finishes Spirit Bomb that he's charging. So yeah, then he turns the Spirit Bomb into a Power Ball, and then puts it back up, and then becomes a great ape again. No, a golden Uzaros again. But then he just starts to shrink in size. But he also starts to shrink in size, and so then the gold fur around Goku starts to change into red, and then Goku's hair begins to turn black. The gold around his fur starts to turn into his aura, and also his eyes become yellow. His eyebrows are black, and around his eyes are also red. So and then Goku seems to have transformed into a Super Saiyan 4. But Boo also shrinks in size and becomes smaller than he originally was before he first became a Titan. So Goku and Boo start to fight, and it seems like they're kind of even. But then Goku's Goku and Boo are really tired, but like Boo is easily regenerating it. So Goku realizes that there's no time to lose, and he needs to risk everything to stop this enemy. And then he yells, and then he powers up.
The only option I have left. Don't care about the cost. I'll destroy him now before it can hurt anyone else.
Goku's aura bursts red, with and everything around him is also like an red tint. Goku yells Kaioken. So the strain in Goku's body with Super Saiyan 4 and Kaioken is enough to almost kill him. So Goku decides that he needs to finish this quickly and starts to and pummels Boo. And while he's distracted, Boo starts to charge energy. No, starts to charge like an energy blast. Then Goku lands on the ground and then makes it and then does something and it does something. No, oh, sorry about that. He does an energy beam of his own. They both use their no, and then they both use their food bar into it. But then Goku yells Kaioken times 20, and risking everything, and then it goes through. It goes through Boo's. No, it stops Boo's and energy thing. And while Boo's distracted, Goku yells Dragon Fist, and then goes flying through his own energy block. Goku uses his full power into it, and then it completely turns Boo into ash, and then Boo also no, I mean it goes through Boo, and then soon after Boo explodes. Goku passes out, and out of exhaustion from the strain of Kaioken and Super Saiyan 4. So and then time passes, and then Mikasa and Goku have their first child. They call him Gohan because they think it would fit well. But this Gohan's far more different from the Gohan we know from the story. Gohan is more excited to fight opponents, and he's not forced to study because of his mother or anything like that. So yeah, and he's also far more stronger because Goku and Mikasa are really powerful in this. So yeah, and then Eren also dies of the curse of Ymir, sadly, but Goku just wishes him back with the Dragon Balls. So then a destroyer wakes up from his sleep, and then says and looks for the Super Saiyan God. So I'm going to end the story here, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and look out for part 11, and subscribe to my other channel if you enjoyed, and I'm going to be doing another video, which is going to be on Vlogmas. So peace out, guys.